What's up, guys? Mason the Brock Henderson here, and this is Arrow Season 5, Episode 9, What We Leave Behind. So, tonight was really a roller coaster of an episode for me, because it was so back and forth on my opinion of it, on my expectations. So, first of all, start off with high expectations. We have an opening scene with Prometheus and with Evelyn that kind of gets my hopes up, not because of Evelyn, obviously she's still stupid, but based on what Prometheus is saying to her, it clearly sounds like he has a personal vendetta. It sounds like we're going to find out more about that vendetta in this episode, so I'm like, okay, we're going to find out who Prometheus is, right? And I've been talking about it, I've been theorizing. I'm like, it's got to be Tommy. It's got to be Tommy. So, going forward into the episode, we had this little party going on. All of a sudden, Curtis, it felt kind of weird. Like, looking back now, I see that they were actually focusing on certain things, like Felicity and her boyfriend, Curtis and his husband, all those little things that are kind of building up to later. So we see Curtis and his husband are having an argument because apparently, his husband can see something's wrong. Paul is his name. And so Paul is upset, and Felicity doesn't seem to know about whatever secret project he's supposed to be working on, so he starts to realize he's not telling me the truth about it. And so he starts to leave, and Curtis is leaving. I'm like, okay, please tell me this is going somewhere, because if this is just them arguing for argument's sake, I'm going to be pissed. That's about the time that a ninja star comes flying across, cuts him in the side of the neck. He fights Prometheus for a second. Prometheus kicks him down the stairs. Paul's like, hey, you! And gets kicked because he doesn't know how to fight and falls over. And Curtis is just like, stay away from him. If you want me, kill me. And Prometheus is just like, okay, and throws one of his little stars right into Curtis's heart. Or so I thought. Come back from commercial break, he's 100% fine. So at this point, my opinion of the show dropped again, because what the hell? I mean, take a chance once in a while. I get the fact that you don't want to kill off your main character. You could kill off one of them. Renee or Curtis or Evelyn, I think, are the three that are kind of expendable this season. Curtis is would be the most shocking to the team of the expendable people, because, be honest, he's one of the few team members that actually has a big connection with the rest of the team. He has a connection to Felicity because of all the stuff they had to go through while working at Palmer Tech. So, killing him off would have been a brilliant way to start off this episode. Like, this gives the team a reason to step up and go. This is why the team would be motivated to go fight him. Instead, it's just like, oh yeah, they're motivated because Curtis got attacked, and now they realize, oh, Prometheus must know who we are. And just like, seriously? Come on. Do something. Do something ballsy. You're losing my interest over the past couple seasons. Like, you've done some stupid things. You made some stupid decisions. The fighting has been kind of getting mundane every now and then. I mean, just do something interesting to catch my attention again. I want you to. And the fact that you backed out on the killing Curtis thing really pisses me off. Because look at where he got stabbed. It was in his heart. It wasn't just above it. It wasn't just below. It was in his heart. He should be dead. And even Paul is just like, how are you still alive? I'm like, I don't know. The writers are too scared to kill off a character. It's frustrating because I don't understand what they're trying to do. I don't understand why they can't seem to make a decision. It's like, oh, we're going to take a chance. Thea wants to stay behind being mind controlled. After the commercial break, nope, she wants to go back with the rest of them. Why? She changed her mind. Curtis is dead. Commercial break, nope, he's not dead. Why? Because it's Curtis. It doesn't matter how many times he gets stabbed or cut up. He's gonna keep living because we just want him around. We just want him to keep getting hurt because, I don't know, it may scare some people. So, like I said, opinion was dropped. But then we get to the next part of the episode, which is Oliver realizes where, I can't remember how they found out where Prometheus is. They discover his location somehow. They go to the office, and Oliver sees clearly this is a trap, so he just walks in because, it's Oliver. He doesn't care that it's a trap. He goes in there, he and Prometheus have a fight. Pretty cool fight, except for one scene where Prometheus does like a flip over the desk, and Oliver just sits there like, whoa. It's like, that was stupid. The rest of it, though, was pretty cool. And ultimately, this is the moment where Wild Dog comes in, shoots out the ninja star that Prometheus was holding, and then Evelyn shoots the guns out of his hands with an arrow. So this is where they find out, oh, Evelyn's working with him. I almost forgot though, before I go any farther, one of the coolest things about the fight, just how they started it off, because they get there, they're talking, and Oliver just pulls out an arrow, shoots it at him. He throws the ninja star straight through the arrow. I'm like, that is cool. Sure, it was all done in slow motion and looked like CGI, but it was still cool. I don't know. Some of the fight scenes do work. I do enjoy it, but sometimes it does get mundane. This one managed to keep the intensity up, managed to keep the fun level up as well. So yeah, it was a good fight scene. However, that all is compounded by the fact that the whole Evelyn thing is kind of frustrating. It just doesn't make any sense that, oh, you need to be stopped. You're the bad guy here. Who's the one murdering everybody now? Okay, yes, Oliver used to murder people way back in the day. This is 4 years from then. Do you not understand this? Like, I don't get her reasoning here. Oh, Oliver used to be a murderer, so you know what? I'm going to team up with another murderer who's actually a murderer right now. Stupid. Stupid. So, yeah, that was frustrating. So then they get back, and ultimately they start to discover more about this guy that apparently Oliver thinks is connected to Prometheus. And then they start to realize, oh, he had a son, and Felicity's boyfriend actually finds a picture of him as a baby, although it might be a her. I have a theory about that too, but so we see Prometheus shows up, takes Billy, I think is his name, takes him and kidnaps him. And so now we start to realize it must be the child of this guy that Oliver killed way back in the day. And so this is once again where my opinion dropped, because it doesn't make it as interesting if, oh, it's somebody they knew back in the day. Or so, not even somebody they knew, just the child of somebody that he killed back when he was killing people. Oh no! I'm shocked. What? Here's the thing, like, Prometheus himself, yeah, he's a badass. Yeah, he kills a ton of people. Yeah, he's kind of freaky looking, and it's scary to watch him kill people. But why does that make it a good villain? Because it's somebody that Oliver killed back in the day. It's their child. There's no connection. I mean, there is a connection, but there's no real, oh my gosh, connection. And that's the thing, like, when Prometheus was discovered to be the main villain for this season, I'm like, what are they going to do that's going to make it a good villain? Because just having it be, oh, another villain that is involved with Oliver somehow, it didn't really make me think, okay, yeah, I'm excited for this season. Nothing about that. Nothing about this whole discovery of Oliver killing somebody and then their child coming back to kill him. Nothing about that excites me. Because who cares? This is like, and the thing is, it's not even somebody we saw. They had to show us flashbacks, because apparently this is somebody they killed in between episodes in the first season. So it makes it even less understandable for us to get invested. And that's my frustration. I mean, if they had picked somebody that maybe we knew, if they had picked one of the main bad guys from the first season and used them somehow, but no, it's somebody that now they have to show us in the flashback. Now we have to discover more about them. I have to make the connection so quickly, and I didn't. I didn't make the connection with this character. I didn't get invested in his story or her story, because, like I said, got a theory. But I don't understand, why couldn't it be Tommy? Why couldn't we make that the reason? Think about it. When did Prometheus show up? Around the time that the Laurel statue was set up. That would have been the perfect time for Tommy to be like, she's dead because of you. I'm going to ruin your life. I'm going to make your life a living hell. Now, granted, this could all just be a little bit of a smoke screen thrown in by the writers to be like, oh, we think it's this one guy, but it actually turns out to be Tommy because he made it seem like he was somebody else. Possibly. Just I doubt it. But I don't know. I'm so frustrated that it turns out to be some random person that we now have to learn about. It doesn't make it at all emotional. It doesn't make it at all easy to connect to. It's just all kind of thrown out of the blue. Like, oh no, this person that now you have to discover about. So yeah, at that point, I was just like, okay, this episode has lost me. I'm frustrated. Unless they have some sort of twist up their sleeve, I'm done. I'm done with this episode. I don't think it's going to be worth it. And then it happened. That entire final scene where he is going to kill Prometheus by himself. He's going through the building. He's seeing these bodies set up like he remembers killing them when he went to kill this guy's father. It started to sell me. It started to be like, okay, this is actually a very well done scene. I mean, you could see the emotion on Oliver's face. You could see him remembering all of this, seeing the body set up like this. I'm just like, okay, so this guy is clearly messing with him. Like, he is clearly trying to get inside of his head. This could be interesting. He gets up there, they have a fight. Ultimately, they start to jump off the building. Oliver tackles him off, and then they fly through a window. He's going after him, and all of a sudden Prometheus shows up at the end of the hall. He pulls out the arrow, shoots him 3 times. I'm like, that was too easy. That was too easy. He's getting closer to the body. You hear Prometheus' voice still talking, and just like, holy crap, what just happened? He slowly takes off the mask. It's freaking Billy. That is when this episode sold me. I'm like, okay. It may not be Tommy. That still pisses me off. But this is good. This is good stuff. This is the stuff that this show has been missing for the past 2 seasons. Where has been the emotional ramifications of everything? Even Laurel's death. It was just it felt like it was kind of glossed over. It felt like, oh no, she's dead. They mourned her for an episode or 2 and then went to kill Damien Dark, and that was it. This is somebody who's like, they're taking Oliver's past mistakes, they're throwing it back in his face, and they're making him suffer by making him make more mistakes. It was ingenious setup. And I know that sounds weird. It sounds like, what, you've been bashing this show this entire season all of a sudden to praise it? I don't know why, but just this setup is really well done. And the thing is, it's not like this whole Billy thing was forced upon the show. It just sort of happened. She was seeing another guy. They did make too much of a big deal about, she wouldn't tell Oliver about Billy. She wouldn't tell Billy that she was lying to Billy that she had already told Oliver. All of this stuff, it felt like it was just like, really, why are we having this stupid drama? Now we know why. No, now we know why Billy was introduced. It's funny because I actually thought the girl that Oliver's seeing now, the reporter, I thought she was introduced for this reason. For her to die and Oliver to suffer because of it. Turns out Billy was introduced for that reason. It's a nice little twist that I didn't see coming. And it was very well planned. The bad guy's plan to set this all up was very well planned. And on top of that, now Oliver has to deal with this. We have to see him going through this. It was his mistake. He acted too quickly. He didn't think it through. He didn't try to reason his way out of it. He just went in, mind completely clouded with, I'm going to kill Prometheus, and that was it. That was all he could think about. And it ended up killing, Felicity's loved one. That's going to be harsh for him to deal with. I can't wait to see how he handles it. That being said, they could ruin all of this if they just completely went back on all the emotions in this episode. Like everything that Oliver should be dealing with when they come back from the mid-season finale, if all of a sudden he's just like moved on and that's it, just because, oh, my friends were there to help me. No, we should see Oliver dealing with this. We should see Oliver dealing with the fact that he made a mistake, he didn't think this through, and now somebody's dead by his own hand. Somebody innocent died by his own hand because he wasn't smart enough. He didn't think the entire situation through. He got outsmarted by the villain, and it cost somebody else's life. That is something I hope they touch on. That is something I hope they really dig into depth about. I mean, Flash has done it. They've done a very good job of showing Barry struggling with the ramifications of everything Flashpoint created. We should see this from Oliver. We should see him having to deal with this. Please, please, please don't just skip over this. Please don't just make it, oh, 2 episodes later, they're fine again. I want to see this affect him. So, all that said and done, we see Oliver tell Felicity about it. Thankfully, Felicity doesn't go all like, I can't believe you killed him, and blah, 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 and gets all mad at Oliver. She does realize that Prometheus set him up to do this. So, thank God for that, because if they had done that whole storyline where she blames Oliver for Billy's death, I would have been so pissed. Because, I mean, honestly, even though Oliver made a mistake, it still is Prometheus' doing. Prometheus outsmarted him. So, while it is partially Oliver's fault because he didn't think it through, and I figure he'll probably blame himself for it, it's nice to see that they're not doing the whole Felicity blames him because Prometheus outsmarted him. You know, that's, first of all, that's not what you do in a situation like this. Because he just came back from killing somebody innocent. Even though it's somebody you love, you don't heap blame upon him because you know he's already blaming himself because it's Oliver. So, you know, we see the team just sort of, they're there for him, and it's a nice little moment. Even though I don't really like the new team, it's nice to see that they are there for emotional support because Oliver is going to need it in this time. So then we see kind of everything that happens after that. We see it pretty much, it ends on everybody not really having a good ending. We see Paul is leaving Curtis, which, am I supposed to care? I know that sounds awful, but I really don't like Curtis. Why should I care about Curtis? He's annoying, and he makes too many awkward jokes. Some of them have been funny, but frankly, I mean, he and Renee are obviously the two characters that I can't stand. So the fact that he's going through this struggle, I don't really care about Curtis's character. You haven't given me a reason to really connect to him. You just threw him on the team and expected me to be like, okay, yeah, he's part of the new team. I never got that, so I don't know. That scene was just kind of like, okay, I guess. I was really hoping he was actually going to choose to stop being on the team to stay with Paul, but Paul kind of made the decision for him. So then we've got Diggle gets a call from Lila saying that something's wrong with the baby and needs him to come to the safe house. There's a bunch of soldiers there with guns pointed at him, so clearly somebody got to Lila and forced her to give up John. So he may be getting arrested again. We've got Felicity is obviously still mourning the death of Billy. And then we got Oliver going to see what's-her-face, the reporter girl. And this is where I want to present my theory that she might be Prometheus. Now that sounds weird, but first of all, she's one of the new characters they got introduced for this season. Same time as Prometheus. So it is a possibility that she is Prometheus. She is, I mean, the voice changer makes it sound like a guy. The baby picture could be either a guy or a girl, so you never really know in that situation. But, I mean, on top of that, who knows? Who knows who she really is? She could be somebody, like, from the comics that we don't know about yet. There was talk that Talia al Ghul was coming to the show, so maybe he talked about this teacher that he had in Russia. Maybe that's Talia. Anyway, but I mean, it's a possibility that this girl is Prometheus and she's just been playing with Oliver and really been messing with him. So we'll see if that's the case. I'm still holding out hope that maybe possibly this is all just a trick to try to make us think it's somebody else and then throw in Tommy as Prometheus. Like I said, probably not. I doubt they would go this far to say it's this guy's child and then go completely against it. Be like, no, just kidding, it was Tommy the whole time. So this is my new theory. I think it is this girl that he's seeing. And I mean, even down to the moment where she pretty much says word for word what Thea said, that seemed kind of suspicious to me as well. So that's my new theory. We'll see, I guess, second half of the season what happens. But then we have kind of the cliffhanger part of the episode where Oliver shows up at the lair and Laurel. So, theories about this. I got 3. 1, she pulled a Blacklist, and if you haven't seen Blacklist, you have no idea what I'm talking about, so spoilers. Um, there's a moment where one of the main characters fakes their own death to pretend like, to get away from the situation. Uh, and Laurel may have done that. I don't know how, because it feels like the doctor would have had to, like, the doctors would have had to been in on it. She would have had to find her way to, I don't know, fake her own death and then escape, and then that one just seems, I guess, the most likely, because how else would she still be alive? But at the same time, it doesn't seem possible. It's weird. It's like, of all the theories I have, the best one I have is that she faked her death, but I don't know how she could have possibly done it. So hopefully they have a good reasoning for it. We'll see. Second theory, this is all just a dream, and the writers are just like, oh, what if they don't like this first half of the season? Well, we gotta bring them back somehow. Laurel! And then Oliver's gonna wake up in the second half of the season and be like, oh, it was all just a dream. And everybody's gonna hate this show even more. Third possible reason, by the way, the second one was just kind of thrown in as a joke. If they really do that, I mean, obviously, I think everybody's gonna stop watching. But that's a joke. Don't get all angry. Just calm down. The third possible reason is that this is a Laurel from either a different timeline or a different Earth. I don't know how she would travel, because this is something that is tackled mainly in Flash, I don't know how she would travel between timelines or between Earths without the help of somebody. So this one just doesn't seem as likely, but it's a possibility that I'm throwing out there. But like I said, of all the three, I will say that her faking her own death is the most likely. I thought that Oliver had helped her fake her own death at first. So the fact that she really did and Oliver didn't know about it just once again makes me wonder how. How did she manage to do this without Oliver knowing? So I don't know why she's back. I don't know what caused her to come back. Obviously, they probably have some sort of plan with Laurel's character, so they're just like, well, time to bring her back now. We'll see what they're going to do, but I don't know. It could be really stupid. It could be really interesting. Honestly, the most interesting part about all of this, like I said, is Oliver killing Billy. That's huge. That is huge. It should have good consequences and ramifications for Oliver's character. I hope they do something interesting with it. So the second half of the season, let me know what you think. Comment down below. Let me know. What do you expect to see the second half of the season? What did you like and dislike about this episode? All that stuff, let me know. We can talk about it and discuss it. Leave a like and subscribe for future Arrow reviews, and I'll see you at the next one. Peace out.